Good morning, everybody, and welcome to September. For those of you in the Southern Hemisphere, we are excited to be welcoming spring, especially me where I live in Melbourne, because we always love to welcome spring, where we bring the sunshine and the blossoms and the beautiful warm weather. For those of you in the Northern Hemisphere, welcome to autumn. Autumn is such a beautiful season. All seasons are beautiful, I guess, but September, this September feels like a real turning point for the year, and I'm happy to be bringing the Wealth and Abundance Energy reading for this week, which is the 2nd to the 8th of September 2019. Now, for those of you who don't know me, I am an intuitive business strategist. But I also work with anyone who's got really big goals and dreams to make a difference in the world. And that doesn't have to be in business. That can be in the corporate world or, even in charities, anything like that. Basically to help people to overcome their resistance and to change their vibration so that they can achieve what they're here to do, find their soul purpose and really move towards it. Now, I'm very excited this week because I have launched my Kickstarter for my Parenting Oracle cards. And here are the cards. This is the back of the cards, which is a beautiful light code that has been designed by Vicky Perini. And these cards are all about helping parents to access their intuition around what they need to do with their children. So I've popped the link up above the video in the comments there in the description of the video. So go on over to Kickstarter and have a look at the campaign and purchase a deck if you feel called to. I would also be really grateful if you would share the campaign. When you click on the link and go onto Kickstarter, there's a little Facebook icon, and you can click on there and you can share the campaign on your Facebook wall, and that would be really wonderful help if everyone could do that. Okay, so I will get on to the general reading, and then if anyone is on live and would like a personal mini reading, I shall pull a card for them from my deck. So the first card for the general reading, and this is for anyone who's watching this video, when I choose the cards for each week's Wealth and Abundance Energy reading, I ask the universe, what do the people who are going to be watching this video need to know for this week for their wealth and abundance energy? And yeah, it doesn't matter if you're watching it today on the 2nd of September or if you're watching it 6 months from now or 12 months from now, the message will still be perfect for you. So the first card that I've chose, hi Roma, I can see you watching there. So the first card that I've chosen today is the personal responsibility card. So it says, my children are responsible for their own feelings and actions, and I am responsible for mine. And I can see that this card is camouflaging with my top here, which is always nice synergy. So this card has two meanings. This card is about understanding and acknowledging, good morning, Jolene, understanding and acknowledging that everything that happens to us is as a result of our own personal energy. So some people find this a really difficult concept because it feels like there are things that happen to us that are out of our personal control. If something bad happens to us, let's say we're in a bad accident, we can say, well, how did I manifest this bad accident? I didn't wish for this to happen. I certainly didn't create this from a conscious place. But as we know, everything is energy, and there are a lot of things that happen to us that are more about energetics than about specifically consciously creating them. Now, we can specifically consciously create things, but it's a combination of our thoughts and our words and looking at, well, what emotions are we feeling? How can we process those emotions so that we can move through them and move towards clarity? So I would just encourage you this week to take some time thinking about what it is in your life that is not going right, that you're not happy about, and say, well, how is my energy attracting this to me? How is my energy creating this? And how is it serving me? Because we think of, events and situations in our life as being either good or bad. But in fact, everything that happens to us and everything that we create has a purpose, even if it is so-called bad. And there was a really beautiful example. My son, I had a chat with him the other day. He had a really terrible couple of years at high school when he first started, and he hated it. It was just awful. He was treated poorly. He was lonely. He was not engaged in his schoolwork. He felt invisible. He was ostracized, and yeah, he hated it. Anyway, he's since changed schools and he loves the school that he's at so much. But his friends who have been at that school since year 7 has said, they don't like school. And he said to me, oh, Mum, if only they realized how good they've got it at this school, they would love school. And I feel like I'm in a really good position because I feel like I love school now. Because I can see how much better this school is, whereas they just take it for granted what is happening with this school. And I feel like this is going to help him to hold him in good stead for the rest of his schooling years, because he's experienced that contrast and he's really grateful for what's happening now. So I really encourage you to understand that whatever challenges you're going through, that it's going to help you to appreciate those times when you're through it. So that's the first card, the personal responsibility. That's the first meaning of that card. The second meaning of that card is about only taking responsibility for your own situation and not trying to be over responsible for what's happening for the people around you. So in particular, this is for parents who are over responsible for their children. So they want to rescue their children. They want to do everything for their children. They feel all the feelings so that to protect their child from feeling it. And I've definitely done this where I want to protect my loved ones by taking on the feelings for myself, taking on the pain, or, sometimes it's physical, sometimes it's emotional, but in actual fact, that doesn't serve them. So what I do now is I feel it, I recognize where that lives in me, and then I lovingly hand it back and I empower them, and I ask the universe or my guides or the angels to watch over them and to help them to get through this experience without me having to take it on for them. So just have a look out this week about where you might be doing that in your life, where you might be taking on other people's stuff. And if it's not yours, lovingly hand it back and ask the angels to help them to look after it, so you don't have to be taking it on, because it doesn't serve you or them. So that's the first card. So the second card is the humility card. So this card says, I model winning and losing gracefully. I acknowledge my strengths and accept my weaknesses. So when we think about humility, we think about not being arrogant, about understanding that everyone is equal. But in fact, there's also, we don't want to be arrogant and pretend that we're above everyone else and shout from the rooftops about how good we are. But humility is also about owning our own genius and owning our own beautiful qualities and acknowledging them. So so have a think about this week where you have some really beautiful, incredible qualities that you're not acknowledging, and being okay with acknowledging them without necessarily feeling that you need to be arrogant about them. So it's quite different. And in Australia, we have the tall poppy syndrome, and if we really let ourselves shine, we fear that we're going to be cut down. But we're born with these gifts and we're born to use them. So if you have gifts and you've been reluctant to use them, then really explore that. Explore what's going on for that, with you for that. If you're not really being vulnerable and sharing your genius and letting people know what you have to offer, then there might be some wounds around that you might have to explore and journal around. And if you need some help with that, that's the kind of stuff that I can really help deeply with. So please reach out and book a session with me, because these are really important things that we we really need to embrace. Hi Leah, how you going? Yeah, I love the second meaning of that first card. Cool. So the third card is the grounding card. So this is about regular connection with Mother Earth, having amazing healing qualities, and keeps us strong and centered. So hi Julie. So it's so important that we have connection with nature every single day. The Earth's vibrational resonance is lifting, and that can send us into basically where our energy is all scattered all over the place. And when we ground, we bring all of our energy back into our body and we send it down through the earth. And Mother Earth has so much energy and so much centeredness and balance. And so when we, you know, spend some time sitting in the sun, barefoot on the grass, going for a walk in nature, even if you're not in a position where you can go for a walk in nature for whatever reason, you can watch a beautiful, you know, have a nature video running on YouTube on your TV in the background. You know, hop on YouTube and search up, you know, rainforest scenery or something like that, and have that going on in the background and really connect in with Mother Earth. Do some gardening, cooking, all those things are grounding activities. And really that's not just for this week, but these are something that we really need to be doing every single day to some extent. There's also a really beautiful grounding meditation that I often use, which is on Insight Timer, which is a free app that you can get, and there are thousands and thousands and thousands of meditations on there, all for free. And it's, if you search up grounding meditation, then you'll find some really beautiful grounding meditations on there. So I encourage you to do whichever you feel drawn to do out of all those things. Okay, I was going to say something else, but now it's gone. It doesn't matter. Okay, so for those of you who are watching, I would love to pull a card for you if you would like. So I shall put these three back into the deck and I will shuffle my cards. And if you wanted me to choose a card either for your own child or for your inner child, just say yes, please. And I will choose you a card specifically for you for the week. How about you, Roma? I'm sure you would love for me to pull you a card, but I won't pull it without permission. So if you could just say yes, please, then I will I'll take that as permission to pull a card. And whilst I'm just waiting for the comments to come through, sometimes there's a little bit of a delay. I will just remind you to go on over to my Kickstarter campaign. I've popped the link up in the comments above, and have a look. And if you feel drawn to buying a deck, then I would love you to buy a deck. They're going to be amazing Christmas presents for people, whether they be for ourselves or for friends and family or like-minded others. And yeah, the response about the deck and the readings that I've been doing has been phenomenal. So I would love for you to hop on over there and share away. Okay, so Donna, I see you're up there first, so I'll choose a card for you. Okay, Donna, the patience card has come up for you. So this says, I accept that I need to be patient. There is nothing I need to do. All good things take time. So sometimes we can be really keen and desperate to change our situation, but sometimes we just need to be patient and wait, and in the meantime do what we can to get through it and to help ourselves to feel good and know that, you know, that it will sort itself out. So that's the message for you today, Donna, is for you to just be patient, do what you need to do to feel good, definitely grounding and get out in nature, but only if you feel drawn to it, not because you need to fix the problem, because there's nothing that you can do to fix the problem right at this moment, but that with a bit of patience, it will resolve itself naturally. Sometimes we just need to sit with what is and be okay and understand that everything is perfect, and yeah, there's nothing that needs fixing. So that's the meaning of that card, Donna. I hope that resonates. Sometimes it can be difficult to not do anything because we want to do something, you know, we want to fix it. But there you go. Okay, Julie, lovely Julie, I shall pick you a card. What does Julie need to know for today? Okay, so this is the integrity card. So this says, I may not be a perfect parent, but I always act in my child's best interests and keep my word. So this is all about wherever possible to be honest about where we're at and to keep our promises, and that if we can't keep our promises, to let people know and to explain, you know, what's going on for us, and just to be true to ourselves. So yeah, I'm not really sure why that's coming up for you, Julie, today, because I know that you're, in terms of integrity, you have the highest integrity of anyone that I know, but perhaps there is just something where you need to, yeah, just reach out to someone or a group of people and just let them know where you're at and what's happening, because perhaps they're waiting to find out. So that's the integrity card. Okay, Leah, I'll do yours, and then Jolene. Donna, thank you. That's how I'm feeling today. Beautiful. Yep, just look after yourself, Donna. Plenty of self-care. Read a nice novel. You know, take advantage of the time. Take advantage of the time. Okay, Leah. What does Leah need to know today? Okay, Leah, this is the family values card. So this says, as a family, we have a clear set of values and rituals that create a special bond. So this card is all about a sense of belonging. And when families have certain rituals or certain values, things that they stand for, then it really helps to create a sense of belonging for all members of the family. So you know, an example is, you know, I've got the photo here of, you know, a family going on a fishing trip. So it might be that, you know, in the twilight, you know, that you might go out and do something as a family, and that's like a regular little family ritual that, even though the kids might complain, that they will look back fondly when they get to become adults. And yeah, so there's something that you've done in the past that I'm just connecting with the message. There's something that you've done in the past that you would like to do again, that the kids loved, and even though they may not, and I don't even know if you've got kids, Leah, I'm just assuming, but it's something that you can do as a family. So there might be a group of friends where you do something each year as a ritual. Yeah, and reconnect with that and do it again, because that's what you need right now. Okay, Jolene, I shall do yours. Julie said, thank you, it's relevant. Yes, we need to work on better things like that. Life gets busy and we forget about these little things. Yep, fantastic, Leah, awesome. Okay, Jolene, this one's for you. Okay, Jolene, this is the positive outlook card, and it says, I guide my life with positive thoughts. So sometimes we can get into negative thought patterns, not sometimes, but often, and we become so focused on what we're not enjoying or liking about our lives or about our current situation that we forget that we're capable of consciously manifesting something different. So the message for this card is to do something consciously, regularly, every day to lift your vibration. And, you know, I love that this guy's smiling. He's obviously listening to some kind of a music. He's got headphones on. He's listening to some kind of music or something that's really lifting his vibration. It's going to pull him out of that negative thought pattern. If you've got a vision board or some goals that you've written up in the past, then it might be worth going back and revisiting, rereading those goals and feeling into the positive outlook, the positive feeling of the future. And if you don't have anything written down like that, if you don't have a vision board or anything written down like that, then it might be a time to create one. hop onto Pinterest and create a new Pinterest board with images that uplift you. So there might be images of beautiful homes, of travel, of positive quotes, anything like that to really help for you to shift your energy. I feel like you could really benefit from focusing on that for this week. Leah's got 2 boys. Awesome, Leah. Yes, so the message for you, Leah, is for you to, create a ritual. It might be an annual ritual, it might be a monthly ritual, and it doesn't need to be anything, like a 6-week trip to Europe or anything like that. It can just be, we have a little family ritual that we do where we get on our bikes and we ride down to our local lake and we take a picnic rug and we have a picnic, and we don't do it very often, but I know that these little things are going to be the kind of memories that our kids are going to look back on fondly when they're all grown up and left the house. Okay, my Facebook is not letting me scroll down anymore. I hope that resonates for you, Jolene. Just going to hop on over to Evolving Energetics. Hi, Selena. Nice to see you. And I don't have any more comments there, so I'm going to wind it up for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching, and I shall catch you again next week. And remember that all possibilities lie within you. Bye for now.